What's going on, YouTube? I pretty much just got up, rolled out of the house. I'm sitting in my vehicle because I wanted to film a video about what happened last night. So this video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. I don't know if y'all have seen the film Inception, but they put the truth in front of our faces. You know, definitely thinking we're just gonna believe that it's just a movie. And you know, with all the people around, all of, I'm gonna say, Satan's minions influencing us with that belief, is gonna take an extremely strong-minded person. This is going back to when the film came out in around, I think it was 2010 or shortly after, to really question their surroundings and say that that's reality. You know, they're showing us how things work here. So the film is about, you know, if you haven't seen it, these characters influencing someone else's mind in order to make a decision that benefits them. And they do this by, one of the characters mentions, oh, they work in security, you know, but it's the subconscious security, the dream world. They access people's subconscious through the dream. And there is, you know, an architect, a designer of who designs the dream, and then all of the people that go in to infiltrate the subconscious and do whatever it is they can to influence the subconscious by making a powerful suggestion of a thought, planting it in this other person's mind, planting it in the dream, and then depending on how powerful it is, it becomes reality. That person then believes, has the thought that this person planted in their thought, in their subconscious, and now they are moving according to that thought that somebody else planted, but they believe is their own. It's powerful stuff. And, you know, they mention how in the dream, when there's stuff that people want to keep hidden, it might be, you know, locked away, stuff that lives in the subconscious mind, like, you know, password information. And I'm bringing this up because I had an interesting experience last night, and I was in this dream that I'm gonna say this architect designed, and this happened, you know, I got up at, let's say 7, 8ish, so let's say after 5 a.m. After 5 a.m. I was in this space, and it was a club, essentially, and there were stairs going down, and there is some event going on, and everyone around is a part of this simulation. So they had someone that looked like one of my friends, and they got access, she got access, but then I got stopped. And she was like, oh no, you didn't pay. And I was like, yeah, you know, I did. Or you don't have a wristband. And I whipped out, you know, the wristband, or what I thought in the moment was a wristband. And she was like, oh no, those aren't them, essentially. And she was very cold. Very cold. She was brown skinned. She had on a weave. And that was like a darkish brown color. And she just wasn't having it in regards to me. And then she started walking away, and I had the thought, I don't even think this was my own, but if it was, of pulling up my bank information. And so I showed her my first bank information because I had first bank, but I just closed the account. So, because I was thinking, oh, well, what if I show you the information like in my history, right? And so that obviously didn't work because I closed the account. And she said, oh, yeah, okay. And then she started walking away. And then I was having difficulty. And then I guess due to time restrictions, in an attempt to get me to hurry up, one of the security guards came over. This was a dark-skinned black man, and he was bald. And then he slammed me up against the wall. Like, he put his hands on me, and then, immediately dipped out. And how I have behaved in those spaces, in those moments, is completely different than how I would have reacted here. But that's because I'm having all of these signals sent to my brain to get me to respond differently. If that doesn't make sense to you, I promise you, the later we get in this energy cycle, the more you experience, it will make sense. But then I started putting in my other banking information, and I just started doing the username, and I didn't even do the password, and she was just watching over like a hawk. And then to get me to not pay attention to that, these other people started coming up, some that I've known since I was in middle school. And again, these are all carbonated beings. These are all black people. And they came up the stairs, and one of them started singing, and people started saying, oh, you have such a beautiful voice and all this stuff. And then my attention was on him and his voice. And then I tried complimenting him, and, that arrow just didn't land intentionally, I believe, to make me feel small and invisible in that moment. And then I went back to looking to where this woman was, and, she wasn't around me anymore. And then some of the words that he kept singing, I remember the word inside, and it was like I'm not going to say a siren, like how they would sing songs to lead the sailors to their death, but there was some magic within those frequencies and vibrations. I mean, it was different. And then they started walking down and away, and after that, I was back in my body, but the keyboard of what I was using on my phone looked completely different than how it looked here when I was putting in my username. And I think I was trying to put in my password, or I was getting to that point. I don't think I fully did, but I was doing some things, and I remember fully doing the username, but I don't think I fully did the password, but I was starting to. But then I was back in my body, and I logged into my bank info, and then I changed my password, and then I tried logging in again, and I've been locked out. Like, it just says, sorry, we're experiencing some difficulty right now. And it's like, that's not a coincidence. So what am I a little worried about? If over these next few months there is some withdrawal and my whole account gets wiped, or damn near, I'll know why it happened. I'll know who did it, in the sense of the people that I saw. I don't know their names. They're just fallen angels, bottom line, because they got carbon in their skin. These are the ones that don't want us to shift. These are the ones that all of the white people answer to. Because in this illusion, all the white people are the one with the power, but the ones that are giving them their power are people that look like us. So I'm gonna check my bank account later. But I just felt compelled to make this video because those two things, you know, I had that experience and remembered it. And then my bank account just was not opening. So if anything happens, I'll know why. And it's also because I have enough money living the way that I do to get me to the point in the energy cycle where I think more people will be fighting back. But if they do that, then things are going to be a little different. So we'll see. I'm not calling that energy towards me, but my intuition was just saying, Ryan, make this video, and I don't even need to post it right now, but if something happens, I'd rather document the experience when it's pretty damn fresh in my mind versus, you know, more stuff happening following nights, and then if something were to happen next month, month after, whatever, not fully having this memory in the way that I'm documenting it right now. So I'm gonna end this video here and say, you know, pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to what is going on with your subconscious, pay attention to what's going on with your astral body, pay attention to what's going on with your multidimensional bodies. You know, a lot is going on. And I want to say I send peace, courage, protection, and divine cosmic love to every single mind ether being who's on their journey of remembering their divinity and remembering who they are. This shift is happening, whether people want it to or not. Peace.